Hey guys, welcome back. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded for a couple of days. I have had a rough few days because of Father's Day. So, long story short, my dad is not in my life anymore since I've been about 17 years old, 17 and a half years old. He chose my stepmom, and there's a lot more to it, but that's the gist of it. We do not talk at all. We have no relationship at all. And some years I do okay with Father's Day, some years I don't. This year I did not do okay. I had a really rough couple of days, and I felt terrible because yesterday I had a really hard time being there for my husband and making him feel special and loved, um, and giving him like the spotlight yesterday for Father's Day. And our daughter's only a year and a half, so to her, it was just a normal day. And we still went to church, and the reason why I went to church, still, I'll let you know in a second. But I felt really bad because I felt like my husband was like trying to be there for me and comfort me instead of me making the day special for him. It was like I couldn't get past my pain and my sadness in regards to my own pain with my dad. Anyway, so on Saturday, I had a full meltdown and I was praying to God and just crying and all this stuff. And I'm just like, God, I don't want to feel this pain anymore. Help me, please heal me. Like, help me move past this, and not let this pain be here anymore and all of this stuff. And I remember during part of my prayer, he told me, make sure you go to church tomorrow. And it's, not going to be fun during church, but when you leave and you walk out the door, you're going to feel so much better. So I wake up Sunday and yesterday, and I'm just not doing great. I'm feeling really sad, and I'm having a hard time just like, I even prayed real quick and was like, hey, God, like, just help me put my pain away just so that I can focus on my husband, you know, and give him a good day. And I was having trouble doing that. So, anyway, so we go to church, and my husband was like, we don't have to go. And I was like, no, we haven't gone in 2 weeks. We need to go. And I really want to go. I didn't tell him that I prayed and God also wanted me to go, but I just told him, I was like, we need to go. And he said, okay. So we go, and at first I'm okay. And then they start to sing. They start to do worship, and I'm starting to feel feelings. I'm starting to feel like I want to cry, and I'm like, oh. And when feelings of pain or sadness or something from the past starts to bubble up, you can tell when it's something big, or like big emotion, or it's like just, you're going to cry just a little. What was coming up was so big that in my mind, I was like, if I let this come through right now, like God was asking me to do, He was asking me to, He was telling me, let go, let go. Like, as this was happening, I could hear Him just telling me, let go, let go, let go. Like, I'll take care of you. It's fine. Like, let go. And I just, in my mind, I was just like, oh my God, if I let go right now, I will be on the floor in a ball, like, like I'm dying, crying. Like, that's how much emotion felt like was coming up. And I just remember thinking, God was like, let go. Like, He was doing it in a nice, loving way. Like, He wasn't pressuring me. He was just like, kind of like gently, like, it's okay, like, let go. Like, this is what I want you to do in order to get the healing that you want, which is what I asked for. But I remember it was starting to come up, and it was like another part of me immediately was like, just snapped at God and was like, and this is happening in my like thoughts, um, and a part of me was just like, no, you are asking too much of me. No, I'm not going to do this. And God just respected that, left me alone. And let me tell you guys, I was crawling out of my skin the rest of church. I couldn't sit there. I had to keep getting up and using my daughter as an excuse, like, oh, she's being fussy. I have to go take care of her, or I gotta go change her diaper, or I have to go to the bathroom. Like, I was using any excuse I could to just not be there. And so I was just doing whatever I could to be out of my seat and go places and walk around and go in the nursery, go to the bathroom, go in the other room. So then we leave because my husband can tell that I'm like not doing well. And his family is noticing, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to leave. So then we leave, and immediately my husband's like, you want to go? And I'm like, yes. So we leave, and I remember leaving, and I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought, oh, okay, like I'm going to feel better when I walk out the door, like God said yesterday or on Saturday. And that didn't happen at all. So then I was like kind of upset. I was like, at first I was like, well, maybe that wasn't God talking to me on Saturday. Maybe that wasn't him. But then I was like, no, that was him. And I'm like, well, God doesn't lie. God wouldn't like lie to me. So then I had to like really think about it. And then I realized that what God was telling me would happen on Sunday at church would have happened if I had done my part and did what he asked me to do, which was to let go and, let go of my feelings, let whatever inside of me was trying to come up for healing. And I refused to do that. And so God didn't lie to me. God didn't lead me on. He told me what to do. I didn't do it. So I didn't get the healing that I asked for that he could have gave me yesterday. And I don't know. I don't know why. It was like another part of me that took over and was just like, no, this is too much. You're asking too much of me. And then it's like emotionally, I just shut down. After that, I didn't feel nothing. Like the little kids were like standing in a line talking about their dads and stuff, and most of them spoke in English. I felt nothing, not an ounce of emotion. It was like after that part of me snapped at God, it was like that part of me just shut off all my feelings and was just like, nope. And even now, it's like I feel very like cut off, like like that emotion, those feelings that were trying to come up I just like shoved them right back down, which is not a good thing. Um, but that's my journey I'm going through. So, but I wanted to share this because I thought my first reaction was like, oh, God lied to me on Saturday. God didn't give me what he promised me. But then after I reflected after church and really thought about it and was like, okay, what happened? I realized that I didn't do my part that God was asking me to do, which was to let go. I refused to do that. That was on me, not God. God kept his part of the and or he kept his part that he said he was going to do. I'm the one that stopped it from completion. I'm the one that stepped in and stopped, my part that I needed to do for him to, do his part. And so it's frustrating because am feeling a lot of emotion still today about everything since the past couple days, but I think that I just have to keep pushing forward. Like, I didn't want to make this video right now, if I'm being honest. And that's why I didn't make the past couple days videos, because I don't know. I just felt like I didn't want to do anything, like, at all. And so I feel like I just kind of started to like shut down just from overload of like pain and emotions and just stuff coming up and anger and just all this sadness, all this kind of stuff. And I managed to pray on Saturday and reach out to God. But that was about it. And it was a good prayer session. I will say that. But even right now, after we do today's chapters, I have to really like buckle down and force myself to pray, because I don't want to. Like, even just talking about it right now is making me want to just like crawl out of my skin. Like, I don't want to pray. I don't want to talk to God. I don't want to talk about it. And it's not talking to God specifically. It's, I don't want to talk about my pain. I don't want to talk about what's making me sad and what's making me feel all these emotions. I don't want to talk about it. I just don't. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to feel the emotions. I don't want to deal with it. So when God is asking me in the middle of freaking church to let go, I was like, there's no way. Maybe God thought I was ready, and maybe he's right, but I don't. I, in the moment at church, and apparently still, I still don't feel like tapping into all those feelings and emotions. So maybe God sees something I don't. Maybe he senses something in my heart that I don't sense. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to help me, and my flesh is fighting him. And maybe that's where I'm like stuck in the middle. Maybe that's why, because when that happened at church yesterday and I snapped at God in my head, it came out of nowhere. It didn't feel like me. So it feels like there's a part of me that is like battling myself and God. And I'm kind of like in the middle. Like, I just want to feel better. So it's tough. But I have to say, like, I do recognize that God can help me and he wants to help me. But I think right now, after what happened yesterday at church, I just have to kind of reach out to God again through prayer and just fight through the pain and sadness and just try to get him to help me still. I don't know. I just have to keep trying. So, and the moral of that story I really wanted to share was, if you're praying and God tells you something and then that doesn't happen, like what happened with me, you know, how God's like, okay, go to church, you know, actual church is going to not be super fun, but then when you walk out the doors, you'll feel better. You know, I was the one that messed up that result, not God. So, but I had to look back and reflect and see that it was me, because one of my initial thoughts was, oh, God lied to me. And then I had another thought, well, maybe that wasn't God. Maybe that was like, you know, the enemy tricking me or something. But then I had to really, really think about it and be like, no, I'm positive that was God. And then I was also like, well, God doesn't lie, you know, like, so then I had to really think, okay, well, what happened? And when I broke it down, I realized that I was the one that messed it up, not God. I refused to do what God was asking me to do, which was to let go. What would have happened during church after I had let go, if I had done what he asked me to do, I have no idea what would have happened. But I clearly wasn't ready to find out. So we'll never know. But I don't know. I I think that the more I get to know God and the more I read the Bible and the more I go down this journey, the more I realize that, you know, God may want things to happen a certain way, but we do have free will. And we as humans can mess things up with our free will, whether that's our intention or not. But at the end of the day, God was lovingly trying to help me and do what I was asking Him to do and to heal me and help me with my pain. And I guess I wasn't ready. I don't know. But anyways, I really hope though, even though I have issues with my dad, I really, really do hope that if there's any dads watching my video, that you guys had a great day and felt loved. And I don't think my husband had the greatest Father's Day, but I do know that my husband loves me very much, and that I think for him, he understands why it wasn't the greatest Father's Day, but he also, I think, knows that deep down that it won't be like this forever, and that I am trying to work through my pain, and so that it doesn't affect him in the future. So my husband is trying to be patient with me, and I am very grateful for that. So without further ado, let's get into today's chapters.
The royal daughter is all glorious within the palace. Her clothing is woven with gold. She shall be brought to the king in robes of many colors. The virgins, her companions who follow her, shall be brought to you. With gladness and rejoicing they shall be brought. They shall enter the king's palace. Instead of your fathers shall be your sons, whom you shall make princes in all the earth. I will make your name to be remembered in all generations. Therefore the people shall praise you forever and ever. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, even though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea. Though its waters roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with its swelling. Selah. There is a river whose streams shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High. God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God shall help her just at the break of dawn. The nations raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice. The earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Come, behold the works of the Lord, who has made desolations in the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and cuts the spear in two. He burns the chariot in the fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Oh, clap your hands, all you peoples. Shout to God with the voice of triumph. For the Lord Most High is awesome. He is a great king over all the earth. He will subdue the peoples under us, and the nations under our feet. He will choose our inheritance for us, the excellence of Jacob whom he loves. Selah. God has gone up with a shout, the Lord with the sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to God, sing praises. Sing praises to our King, sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth. Sing praises with understanding. God reigns over the nations. God sits on his holy throne. The princes of the people have gathered together, the people of the God of Abraham. For the shields of the earth belong to God. He is greatly exalted. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised, in the city of our God, in his holy mountain. Beautiful in elevation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion on the sides of the north, the city of the great king. God is in her palaces. He is known as her refuge. For behold, the kings assembled. They passed by together. They saw it, and so they marveled. They were troubled. They hastened away. Fear took hold of them there, and pain, as of a woman in birth pangs, as when you break the ships of Tarshish with an east wind. As we have heard, so we have seen in the city of the Lord of hosts, in the city of our God. God will establish it forever. Selah. We have thought, O God, on your loving kindness in the midst of your temple, according to your name, O God. So is your praise to the ends of the earth. Your right hand is full of righteousness. Let Mount Zion rejoice. Let the daughters of Judah be glad because of your judgments. Walk about Zion and go all around her. Count her towers. Mark well her bulwarks. Consider her palaces, that you may tell it to the generation following. For this is God, our God forever and ever. He will be our guide even to death.
I wonder what the significance is of it. Mentions a lot, specifically the right hand of God. I don't know if I've missed something, like if I didn't notice something about that or not, but I noticed it specifically says that a lot about God's right hand. And I don't really know, like, I don't know the significance of that. Just curious. Well, guys, I have to pray right now. I mean, I don't have to, but I know that I need to and I should. It's like I know logically I need to, and not even just logically, like spiritually, like in my soul, like in my heart. I know I need to draw closer to God, seek Him more, seek His healing and help and love more. But then there's a part of me, I'm assuming it's the flesh, that is like just wants nothing to do with anything good for me, like at all. Like if it was up to my flesh, I would not be eating, drinking, I wouldn't leave bed, I would not talk to God, I would not be reading the Bible, nothing. Like, it's like I'm feeling like very torn right now. There's a part of me that is just like a lot of emotions are coming up, and then there's another part of me that's just like knows, okay, I need to get closer to God, seek Him more, pray more, try to get to God more. And that's the answer, you know. But I definitely feel like there's a big part of me that's fighting that big time. And so it's a little confusing, it's a little frustrating. And I think right now I just have to like just sit here and just force myself to pray, because I honestly just don't know what else to do. So wish me luck, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.